Hello friends, in last lecture we have seen the unit number 5, that is acids, bases and salt, in which we have seen a topic that is universal indicator and how to measure the pH of given solution. So these points we have covered in last lecture. Now today we are going to learn our next point, that is reactivity of acids and bases. It means reactivity of acids and bases means reactions of acids and bases. So first we have to see point, that is neutralization. What is neutralization? Neutralization. So first point is neutralization. In exam you have asked question on this topic, that is what is mean by neutralization. Give example. So we have to see this concept. First, you know that an acids they form H plus ions and base they form OH minus ions. So an acid react with base. Acid react with base to form salt and water. It is called as a neutralization. So what is neutralization? When acid react with base, acid react with base, it forms salt and water. So it forms salt and water. Salt and water. So this is called as a neutralization process. We have to take one example here. Suppose an acid, we have to take here acid, that is HCl, hydrochloric acid, which is in aqueous form, plus base as a sodium hydroxide, which is also in aqueous form. So when acid react with this base, it forms salt and water. So in this case, salt, it means NaCl, and water, that is, so in this case there is a formation of salt, that is sodium chloride. So in this reaction, this sodium react with this Cl, that is Na plus and Cl minus, it form a NaCl, which is a salt, sodium chloride, and remaining, that is H plus ions, react with OH minus ion, it form a H2O, that is water. So in this case we have seen that when acid react with base, it form a salt and water. So in this case H plus ions are formed from the acid. In this case H plus ions are formed from acid and OH minus ions are formed from the base. So plus OH minus, and when they react with each other, they form a water which is unionized. So unionized water is formed. So H plus ions of salt and OH minus ions of of base. H plus ions of acid and OH minus ions of base, they form unionized water. This is called as a neutralization. आणि यालाच काय म्हटलेलं आहे? न्यूट्रलायझेशन म्हणजेच उदासीनीकरण. न्यूट्रलायझेशन म्हणजेच काय? उदासीनीकरणाची प्रक्रिया. When acid react with base, they form salt and unionized water. So this is called as a neutralization process. So we have seen some example. Example is there. In daily life, we have also see the examples about this neutralization process. So example is, before we brush a teeth, see before we brush a teeth, the pH of our saliva is less than 7. That is, it is in acidic form. So the presence of an alkaline substance, which is present in the toothpaste, it neutralizes the acid which was produced in our mouth, and it neutralizes it and prevent the tooth decay. So this is an example of neutralization in our daily use. Also another example, we have seen that the person which is suffering from an acidity, that is in the stomach, production of acid which is more than our requirement. In that case, people use basic substances that is called as the antacids, and this antacid neutralizes the excess of acid in our stomach. म्हणजे ऍसिडिटी झाल्यानंतर आपण अँटॅसिड्स घेतो आणि त्यामुळे काय होतं की हे जे काही अँटॅसिड आहे ते काय करतं, इट न्यूट्रलाइजेस द एक्सेस ऑफ ऍसिड. म्हणजे जे जास्तीचं ऍसिड तयार झालेलं आहे त्याचं काय करतं, ते न्यूट्रलायझेशन करतं. सो these are the examples of this neutralization process in our daily use. So in this way, this is the neutralization process. Now next point. Next one is you have write what is neutralization process with examples. Now next one is second point, that is acid react with metals. So our next point is reactions of acids with metal. Reactions of acid with metal. So this is our next point. See, listen carefully. When a metal react with acid or dilute acid, when metal react with dilute acid, what happens? The reactive metal, it displaces the hydrogen. See, the reactive metal displaces the hydrogen from the acid and release H2, that is hydrogen gas. At the same time, metal is converted into basic radical, that is in positive ion. Basic radical, it indicates positive ions. So at the same time, metal is converted into basic radical, which combines with the acidic radicals, that is negative ion of an acid, to form a salt. So this is the theoretical information about the metal when reacts with acid. Now we have seen this reaction with example. Now see, when metal it reacts with dilute acid, it forms salt and releases hydrogen gas. So we have to take one example, that is metal, suppose magnesium. So when this metal is react with dilute acid, that is hydrochloric acid. So metal reacts with acid which is in aqueous form. After the reaction, what products are formed? That is salt related to that metal, and hydrogen gas is released. So in this case, formation of magnesium chloride, which is in also aqueous form, and release of this hydrogen gas. So metal, that is Mg plus magnesium, when it reacts with hydrochloric acid which is in dilute form, after the reaction there is a formation of magnesium chloride as a salt of this metal, and at the same time it releases hydrogen gas. So in this reaction we have seen that when a reaction occurs, what happens, the reactive metal, that is magnesium, this reactive metal displaces hydrogen. This magnesium displaces the hydrogen. It displaces the hydrogen from the acid and releases H2 gas. So this hydrogen gas is released, and at the same time what happens, metal is converted into a basic radical, that is Mg plus. So metal is converted into basic radical which combine with the acidic radical, that is Cl minus. So this basic radical reacts with the acidic radicals from acid to form the salt. So this Mg react with Cl, that is formation of MgCl2. So this salt is formed and hydrogen gas is released. Another example we have to see, that is if we have to take the metal as a zinc. Now metal is taken as a zinc which is in solute form. When it reacts with dilute HCl, that is 2-hydrochloric acid, that is aqueous form. Similarly, as we have seen first example, you have to say the products. Which products are formed here? See, simple. This zinc react with chlorine, that is zinc chloride, which is salt, is formed here, and this 2H, that is hydrogen gas, is released. So same manner this reaction is also given here, that is after reaction of metal and dilute acid there is a formation of salt and hydrogen gas is released. So in this way you have to write the reactions which are given in your book, that is what happens when metal react with acid. Now next point we have seen here. Acids react with metal oxide. Next point is acids react with metal oxide. In first point we have seen that acid react with metal. Now acid react with metal oxides. See, first we have to see about this. When a metal oxide react with dilute acid, then what happens? They react with dilute acid, it forms corresponding salt and water. So in this case also corresponding salt and water, that is H2O, is formed. These metal oxides, they are basic oxides. Metal oxides are basic oxides. म्हणजे मेटल ऑक्साइड जे आहे ते कशा असतात? बेसिक, म्हणजे आम्लारी धर्मी ते असतात. दे आर बेसिक ऑक्साइड्स. नाउ वी हैव टू टेक वन एग्जांपल, दैट इज when what happens when metal oxide react with acid. Now we have to take one metal oxide, suppose calcium oxide. Calcium oxide which is in solid form, it reacts with acid, that is 2HCl, that is hydrochloric acid which is in aqueous form. So in this reaction what happens, we have seen that it forms corresponding salt. It means salt related with that metal, that is CaCl2, that is calcium chloride, which is in aqueous form, and formation of water, which is in liquid form. So in this reaction, this calcium oxide, when react with acid, that is hydrochloric acid, what happens? Corresponding salts are formed, that is calcium chloride, this salt is formed, and this H2O, that is water, is also formed. So there are two products, that is salt and water. In first case, that is when metal react with acid, in that case we have seen that there is a formation of salt and hydrogen gas is released. In this case there is a formation of salt and water. So another example we have to see here, that is another metal oxide, suppose MgO, that is magnesium oxide. When magnesium oxide, which is in solid form, react with hydrochloric acid, so which are the products are formed in this reaction? Here what happens? Magnesium, that is positive ions, react with this chlorine, that is negative ions, and form salt, that is MgCl2, magnesium chloride. At the same time there is a formation of water, that is salt and water. So magnesium chloride and water, these are the products which are formed in this reaction. Now you have to write what happens when zinc oxide is react with hydrochloric acid. So which products are formed? You have to write the products, which products are formed. With the help of these two reactions you have to write these products. See, in this case there is a formation of calcium chloride and water, magnesium chloride and water. Similarly in this case there is a formation of zinc chloride and water. So in this way we have seen that acids reactions with metal oxide. So this is our point. You have to write this reaction in your notebook. So in this way we have seen that first point, that is acid react with metal. Now second, acid react with metal oxides. Now next point is when non-metallic oxides, see, non-metallic oxides react with base. So our next point is non-metallic oxides react with base. Now next point is non-metallic oxides. Non-metallic oxides react with base. So this is our next point. How does this non-metallic oxides react with base? So in this case, when non-metallic oxides react with base, it forms salt and water. So non-metallic oxides react with base, they form salt and water. So here is a formation of salt and water. And non-metallic oxides, they are acidic in nature. So these non-metallic oxides, they are acidic in nature. In last we have seen that metallic oxides are basic oxides, that is they are basic in nature, and non-metallic oxides, they are acidic in nature. See, we have to take one example to clear this point, that is non-metallic oxides react with base. So we have to take one example. See here, non-metallic oxide, that is carbon dioxide, which is in gaseous form. So this is the non-metallic oxide. It reacts with base. Now we have to take sodium hydroxide, which is in aqueous form. So non-metallic oxides react with base. It forms salt and water. So in this case there is a formation of salt, that is Na2CO3, and formation of water. In this case there is a formation of salt which is known as a sodium carbonate. Which salt is formed? Sodium carbonate. So in this case, when non-metallic oxides, that is CO2, is react with sodium hydroxide, there is a formation of salt, that is sodium carbonate, and there is a formation of water. So this salt which is in aqueous form and water which is in liquid form. So this is an example of non-metallic oxide react with base. Now another example we have to see that when non-metallic oxide, that is SO3, sodium trioxide. See, non-metallic oxide which is a sulfur trioxide. So what is the name of this? Sulfur trioxide, which is a non-metallic oxide and it is in gaseous form. It reacts with base, that is NaOH. So sulfur trioxide, when react with this sodium hydroxide, then there is a formation of salt, that is Na2SO4. So in this case sodium sulfate. So sodium sulfate, this salt is formed, and water, and formation of water which is in liquid form. So this bracket shows the physical state of that compound. So in this case, when sulfur trioxide react with sodium hydroxide, that is non-metallic oxide with base, there is a formation of salt, that is sodium sulfate and water. So in this way we have seen this point, that is non-metallic oxides react with base. So now in this topic there are some reactions which are given in your book. So you have to complete that reactions. Some reactions we have seen here, and remaining reactions you have to solve in your notebook. Now next point is reactions of acid with carbonates and bicarbonates of metal. So next point is reaction of acid with carbonate and bicarbonates of metal. With carbonate and bicarbonate of metals. So when metal is react with metal carbonate or metal bicarbonate, see, when a metal carbonate or metal bicarbonate it react with an acid, then it form corresponding salt and carbon dioxide gas. So what happen in these reactions? When a metal carbonate or metal bicarbonate it react with acid, that time there is a formation of corresponding salt and carbon dioxide. We have to take example. See, so this is calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate, that is metal carbonate. When react with acid, so when it react with acid, what are the products? It form corresponding salt and carbon dioxide gas. We will see here. So in this reaction there is a formation of calcium chloride salt as a salt. Also there is a formation of H2O and there is a formation of carbon dioxide gas, CO2 gas. So in this reaction, see what happens when metal carbonate, that is calcium carbonate, react with acid, that is hydrochloric acid. Then there is a formation of calcium chloride, which is a salt. There is a formation of calcium chloride and CO2, that is carbon dioxide gas and water. So these products are formed when metal carbonate react with acid. Now another example, that is metal bicarbonate react with acid. See, so this is sodium bicarbonate. Sodium bicarbonate. When it react with acid, see HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, then there is a formation of salt, that is sodium chloride. Also water and CO2 gas. So these are the products when metal bicarbonate react with acid, it forms corresponding salt, that is sodium chloride, this is a salt, and water and carbon dioxide gas. So these are the reactions of acid when react with metal carbonate or metal bicarbonate. You have to write these reactions. Now next one. Next point, salts. Next point is salts. याला क्षार आपण म्हणतो बघा, salt. We have seen that in neutralization process there is a formation of salt and water. See, what is neutralization? When acid react with base, then there is a formation of salt and water. So we have to see the types of salts. So in this, first we have to see that a neutral salt. First type is neutral salt. So what? So this neutral salt, it is formed by the neutralization reaction. See, this neutral salt is formed by the neutralization reaction between strong acid and strong base. See, when strong acid react with strong base, then this neutral salt is formed. The aqueous solution of this neutral salt has a pH equal to 7. So the pH of this aqueous neutral salt is 7. See, when strong acid that is HCl, hydrochloric acid, which is in aqueous form, react with strong base, that is sodium hydroxide, which is in also aqueous form. Strong acid react with strong base, then there is a formation of salt, that is NaCl, which is a neutral salt, and water. Neutral salt is formed. So in this way we have seen the first type, that is neutral salt having pH 7. Now next one is acidic salt. Acidic salt. So an acidic salt, it is formed by the neutralization reaction between strong acid and weak base. So neutralization process between strong acid and weak base, and the salt which is formed in this reaction is a acidic salt having pH less than 7. Now we have to take one example of this acidic salt, that is when nitric acid, which is a strong acid, when this acid is react with weak base, that is NH4OH, ammonium hydroxide, weak base. When strong acid react with weak base, then there is a formation of this acidic salt, that is NH4NO3, ammonium nitrate. This salt is formed and water is formed. See what happened in this reaction. Aqueous form. When strong acid, that is nitric acid, which is in aqueous form, it reacts with ammonium hydroxide, which is a weak base. After reaction, there is a formation of acidic salt, that is ammonium nitrate, NH4NO3, and water is formed. So in this way there is a formation of acidic salt having pH less than 7. So this is about the acidic salt. Now last one is basic salt. Next type is basic salt. See, this basic salt, it is formed by the neutralization process between weak acid and strong base. See, neutralization process between weak acid and strong base. Then there is a formation of salt which is known as a base salt, and the pH of the aqueous solution of this base salt is more than 7. So we have to take one example. So in this example, NaOH is react with acetic acid, that is CH3COOH. So NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide, it react with acetic acid, that is CH3COOH. So when NaOH, sodium hydroxide, is react with acetic acid, then there is a formation of salt which is a basic salt, and water is formed. So in this case This is a basic salt, CH3COONA, and water is formed, plus water, which is in liquid form. And aqueous solution of this base salt, aqueous solution of the base salt having a pH greater than 7. So in this way we have seen these different types of salt, that is neutral salt, acidic salt and basic salt. In this case there is a strong acid react with strong base in this neutral salt, and in acidic salt strong acid react with weak base, and in last, that is basic salt, weak acid react with strong base. So in this way we have seen these three types of salts. Then in your textbook there is a table is given. You have to write which salts are formed. So you have to complete the table in your notebook. In last lecture we have seen reactions of acid with carbonate and bicarbonate of metals. In this we have seen that when metal carbonate or bicarbonate react with acid, then it forms corresponding salt, carbon dioxide and water. See in this chart. In practical, if we have to do this setup, that is in stand having a test tube which contains sodium carbonate, pieces of sodium carbonate in this test tube, and if we add dilute HCl, that is hydrochloric acid, in this test tube, then there is a reaction between sodium carbonate and acid, that is hydrochloric acid. So what happens in this reaction? See, when we add dilute HCl in this test tube, in this reaction there is a formation of salt and a release of CO2 gas, or CO2 gas is also formed. So how we can detect that releasing gas is carbon dioxide? So for that, if we have put this tube in test tube, we have add this gas collecting tube. After the reaction between sodium carbonate and dilute HCl, CO2 gas is formed, and this gas is collected with the help of this tube, and this tube we have put in another test tube containing lime water. So what happens after the reaction, if we have seen in this test tube that lime water, it becomes milky, and it indicates that when CO2 is passed through this tube, then lime water turns milky. It indicates that there is a formation of carbon dioxide gas. So this reaction we have seen in last lecture. Also we have seen different types of salt, that is neutral salt, acidic salt and basic salts. With reaction we have seen that different types of salts. See, acidic salt. In acidic salt, which is formed by the nucleation process between strong acid and strong base. Example of acidic salts are sodium bicarbonate and sodium bisulfate. Similarly, basic salt. So there is a nucleation reaction between strong base and weak acid. Then there is a base salt is formed. Example, sodium carbonate and potassium cyanide. And last one is neutral salt, which is formed by the nucleation process between strong acid and strong base. And their example is sodium chloride and potassium nitrate. So these points we have seen in last lecture. Now Next point is water of crystallization. Water of crystallization, त्याला मराठीमध्ये आपण स्फटिक जल असं देखील म्हणतो. So our next point is water of crystallization. So in this chart, see, in chart there is a one activity is given. See what is given in that activity. So burner is given here, one test tube is given which contains copper sulfate, which is also known as a blue vitriol, which is in blue color. And on the heating, see, on heating, this crystalline structure of this blue vitriol, it broke down to form a colorless powder. See, on giving heat to this copper sulfate, it turns into a white powder, that is crystalline form. That is crystalline form or crystalline structure of this copper sulfate is broke down and colorless powder and water came out. So here drop of water you have seen in this chart. So on heating there is a drops of water came out, and this blue color of this copper sulfate or blue vitriol, it turns white. So this water was a part of crystal structure of blue vitriol, and it is called as the water of crystallization. So in exam you have to ask question, that is what is mean by water of crystallization. So ionic compounds are crystalline in nature. आयनिक संयुगे जी ती कशी असतात, क्रिस्टलाइन म्हणजे स्फटिक रूपामध्ये असतात. These crystals are formed as a result of definite arrangement of ion. म्हणजे जे क्रिस्टल कशामुळे फॉर्म झाले, त्यांच्यामधले जे आयन्स आहेत त्याचं काय आहे, त्या ठिकाणी एक डेफिनेट अरेंजमेंट आहे. आयन, त्या आयनांची काय एक डेफिनेट अरेंजमेंट आहे. सो दिस क्रिस्टल्स आर फॉर्म. सो इन द क्रिस्टल fixed number of water molecules are also included in this arrangement. So in that arrangement of ions there is also a fixed number of water molecules that are included in that arrangement, and this is called as the water of crystallization. So this is the concept of water of crystallization. You have also asked some examples. So there are some examples of this water of crystallization. So first example we have seen that blue vitriol, that is also known as a copper sulfate. So some examples you will see here. Blue vitriol or copper sulfate, which first one is blue vitriol, that is copper sulfate plus 5H2O. So this is the formula. This is the formula of copper sulfate, which contains 5 molecules of water. So this number is fixed, that is water of crystallization. Also another example, that is crystalline ferrous sulfate, that is FeSO4, which contains 7 water molecules. So crystalline ferrous sulfate is another example. Similarly, crystalline washing soda, which contains 10 water molecules, and another is crystalline alum, म्हणजे तुरटी, crystalline alum, which contains 24 numbers of water molecules. So these numbers of water molecules are fixed in crystalline form of that compound. Now next one is one question is given. What is that? Name two crystalline salt that contains water of crystallization. When water of crystallization is lost from these salts, what happens? म्हणजे असे दोन कंपाऊंड सांगायचे आहे की ज्याच्यामध्ये काय आहे, दॅट कंटेन्स वॉटर ऑफ क्रिस्टलायझेशन. वेन दॅट वॉटर ऑफ क्रिस्टलायझेशन इज लॉस्ट, म्हणजे त्यांच्यामधून जे पाणी स्फटिक जल जे आहे ते निघून गेल्यानंतर त्या ठिकाणी काय शिल्लक राहतं, तर ते आपल्याला त्या ठिकाणी विचारलेलं आहे. तर एक एक्झाम्पल आपण या ठिकाणी बघितलेलंच आहे, कॉपर सल्फेट. सो crystalline nature and the blue color of the crystal of copper sulfate, which indicates that it contains water of crystallization. That is, 5 molecules of water are present in the copper sulfate. So when copper sulfate crystals are heated, here when copper sulfate crystals they are heated, what happens? The water of crystallization is given out, and the copper sulfate, it turns in white powder form. So color it changes, blue to white. So it turns into a white powder on heating. So after loss of water crystals, it turns into a white powder. Also another example, that is ferrous sulfate. So the crystalline nature of the green color of the crystals of ferrous sulfate due to the water molecules as crystalline ferrous sulfate, which contains 7 molecules of water. So when ferrous sulfate crystals are heated, what happens? The water of crystallization is given out. Water of crystallization is given out, and so the ferrous sulfate, it turns into a white powder on heating. That is similarly we have seen in copper sulfate. Same reaction occur. Same type of reaction occur with ferrous sulfate. That is color change on heating, and there is a formation of white powder. And after heating, there is a water molecules are came out, and remaining white powder is formed. So these are two examples.
Look at the beauty of these hydrous crystals. You see copper sulfate or blue vitriol, ferrous sulfate or green vitriol, decahydrate or washing soda. These beautiful colors and shapes is because of the water of crystallization. Water of crystallization is the amount of water necessary to maintain the crystalline properties of certain metallic compounds. This is responsible for the geometric shape and the color of crystals. This water can be expelled by heating. Do you wonder what will happen if we remove the water of crystallization by heating? We shall try it out with some crystals of copper sulfate. Take some copper sulfate crystals, a spirit lamp, test tube, beaker filled with water, petri dish. Take some crystals of copper sulfate in a test tube. Now put the test tube on the flame and wait till we expel the water from the crystal. Be patient. Observe water vapors coming out of the hot copper sulfate crystals. Also notice the beautiful blue crystals turning white. Let the anhydrous white powder of copper sulfate cool. Take a pinch of it and feel. It feels dry and powdery. Now add a few drops of water to this anhydrous salt. The salt regains its color and crystalline form. it is blue once again. A substance containing water of crystallization is called a hydrous substance or a hydrate. This water can be expelled by heating, and then the salt is said to have become anhydrous. Remember, certain substances like sodium chloride or common salt do not require the help of water to form their crystalline shape. Can you find out more such crystals which do not need water? And you should know how.